Hey everybody, it's Dan Sfera. Welcome back to my blog, dansfera.com. It's Dan Sfera, just like my name. D-A-N, S like Sam, F like Frank, E-R-A.com. What I wanted to talk to you today is kind of a follow-up on yesterday's post regarding the economy in 2011. And a lot of people are predicting that we're going to see more of the same, just flat demand, which we've talked about before. Flat demand, oversupply, and people just tightening up. A lot of entrepreneurs just tightening up, watching their expenses, which they should. But many times, these entrepreneurs, my fellow entrepreneurs out there, we tend to cut the wrong type of expenses in times like these. In tough times, we need to actually be increasing our marketing budgets, and instead we're decreasing it. And the reason we want to do that is because everyone's decreasing their marketing budgets. And so this is how you differentiate yourself at this point, is because everyone's kind of cutting back on marketing. You want to do more of it, and you want to have a good mix of marketing. You definitely want to do traditional marketing, which is TV, print, radio, if you can afford that. And in some industries, it's still like the number one way to attract new customers is traditional marketing. But a lot of entrepreneurs, especially in this day and age, are ignoring new marketing. And that's actually engaging with your customers or with your soon-to-be customers. And you can do it through a blog or through a website, however you want to interact and engage with your potential customers. You want to let them know who you are, what your product is, what you're offering, what type of services or what type of products you're offering, and then kind of build on that trust for later on. So in the clinical trial space, we start off by educating people about clinical trials. I mean, it costs us nothing to do that. We just educate people on what clinical trials are, so immediately we grab their attention. And a lot of people in our industry are not doing this stuff. Actually, nobody in our industry is doing this stuff. So you immediately grab their attention, and then after you do that, you keep their attention by maintaining that trust and building credibility and actually having a conversation with your customers, even though they're not your customers yet, but they're your potential customers. And then when it comes time to actually close them or make a sale, it's much more natural to do that. It's more like a natural evolution of the whole process rather than just grabbing them and making a sale. Because there's no trust there, so it's a lot harder to do that. So, 2011, there's some people out there who think it's going to be another tough year, and it very well may be, but you as an entrepreneur and a business person need to increase your marketing efforts. Not necessarily increase your marketing budget, although you can do that if you can afford it. If you're lucky enough to afford it, that wouldn't hurt, because a lot of people are decreasing their marketing budget, so you can get some good deals out there in traditional marketing. But also increasing your marketing efforts in terms of the free marketing that's out there. And a lot of people are ignoring blogs and other ways of interacting with their potential customers. And it's free. It costs you nothing to do that except some time. So just something to think about. Increase your marketing efforts this year without necessarily increasing your expenses, and you should increase your overall profits. Hope this helps. Let me know how you guys go about doing marketing, especially in tough times. dansfera.com. Thanks a lot.